could be happy or healthy or wealthy. You have to let go of that obsession with that person's persona. Because their personality and what the actions they did to you, that's their ego. And it's a black cloud that's, any cloud is not solid, it's not real. And if you can get to the point of forgiving them, the next step is forgiving yourself for what you think you've done or not done. We'll do some angel therapy on this today. And I'll do it in a gentle way. I don't want you to be a crying hot mess. Okay? I want to do it in a really gentle way. I've learned how now. Because you see, what it comes down to at the very core of it is there's this, the ego tries to tell you that you're unlovable, unlikable, that you've got this horrible secret part of yourself that if everyone knew about it, they would run away screaming. The ego tries to hide that secret, dark persona from you, from other people, and it projects it onto other people. The ego tries to tell you everyone else is horrible. So the ego is always trying to tell you that you're separated from other people, that you're either better than them or worse than them. You're more spiritually minded than other people, or you're less spiritually gifted than other people. Always there's a level. The truth is that we are one person who had this dream of being individual egos. You're one with me, you're one with Jesus, you're one with Mary, you're one with God, you're one with all the angels, you're one with the person sitting next to you right now in this theater. You're one love, one light. And if you can wrap your head around that completely, that's ascension. And you break the karmic cycle, you don't have to reincarnate again. It becomes a choice. And it's actually the point you become enlightened. It's the point where you become happy and fulfilled no matter what's going on around you. I think most people get this intellectually. A lot of books have written about this. This is nothing new. But to get it physically and emotionally is the key where it clicks. And you go, aha, I get it. So there are people in the world who are not listening to their angels. Even though everyone has angels, most people don't listen to them. And there's a variety of reasons. The first one is that the ego tries to tell you you're not worthy or qualified. So let's just say, because they're telling me there's a lot of healers in this room, let's just say that you have this dream of quitting your job and being a full-time light worker career. So being a healer, being a spiritual teacher, maybe a writer with Hay House, having a healing center, an artist, or Indigo Children's Center. You know what I'm talking about. You have this dream. And I'm here to tell you that that dream is your purpose. But the ego has an agenda, and the ego, which you might call evil or darkness, the ego doesn't want you to bring more light and more love to this planet. Because if you do, the ego is no longer in charge. So the ego is always blocking the message. The number one way it does it is by telling you you're not ready yet and having you procrastinate your purpose. That you need to take one more class, read one more book, get one more certificate, and then you will feel ready. I'm here to tell you that that is a big lie. If you let the ego be in charge, you will never feel ready. You'll be 93 years old saying, wait, I need to take one more class. One of my heroes, Sheldon Kopp, who's now in heaven, said, I have never begun any important venture for which I felt adequately prepared. I have never begun any important venture for which I felt adequately prepared. You're never going to feel ready to be a healer. You're never going to feel completely qualified or healthy enough to be a spiritual teacher. You're never going to feel like you have it all together. It's just not this world. You're always going to feel in some way, shape, or form like the ugly duckling. And part of the reason is because you are an alien on this planet. How many feel like you were just dropped off on this planet and they just abandoned you? And when are they coming to pick you back up? Okay, so you're laughing because you can relate to this. is. But that's the truth. You were dropped off on this planet. It's very much like any of the Star Trek shows. You are a probe sent here. You know what a probe is? They've got them on the moon. They send back signals. The satellites are probes. They send back signals. You're here on Earth sending back signals back home. So you might have come from the star system Sirius. You may have come from Orion. You may have come from Arcturus. You might have come from the angelic realm. You might have come from the elemental kingdom. We all came from different places, but we all came here for the same purpose: to save humanity and this planet. And if you've never lived on Earth before, this is really different than anywhere else in the universe, any of the universes. This is a really violent planet. You noticed? It's physically violent. They have guns here and stuff. They don't have that anywhere else. In fact, they won't have this. If we can make it over this hump, we will get rid of weapons. And 3 generations from now, we'll be telling tales about guns, or they'll watch these movies that have guns. People say, oh, that never happened. That's a myth. People wouldn't do that. As the crystal children, the rainbow children become the adults of this planet, there's no violence. There's physical violence now. There's sports violence. There's competition in sports. Sorry if I'm threatening anyone. Don't take away my soccer. But it's part of the whole violence. There's violent video games. Our children are killing Nazi zombies. Our children are doing Grand Theft Auto on the computer, and they think it's funny and fun. I just got back from Oslo, Norway, where this beautiful, safe, hidden town has a trial right now from a man who massacred almost 100 children who was addicted to a World of Warcraft. And that's the variable that they're blaming on this massacre. So we have violence as entertainment here. We've got the #1 movie in the world is the, starts with an A, Adventures, the Advocates, what's this thing, the superheroes? The Avengers, is that what it's called? Even the word is revenge. Violent, violent movie. And of course, good triumphs over evil, but to get there, my gosh, massacre after massacre. So in this world, violence is entertaining, being afraid is fun. We have psychological and emotional violence here, where people call each other names in the name of love and friendship, where they put themselves down as humility. Extremely dense and violent planet. And what happens is, you get here in all that density and you forget who you are, and you forget your